Good morning. Welcome to my first cook in my brand new Thermomix TM7. Just thought I'd give you a little look at the two machines side by side. Now I have one in my kitchen. Hello everyone, Chelsea McGill from Mixing It Real here. I'm not sure if there's anyone around at this time on a Friday morning, but I thought I would jump on live anyway, as I am going to do some cooking. I did say I was going to go live in my TM7 last night, but I wasn't feeling well. I took myself to bed at about 7:30. So here I am this morning with my beautiful new TM7 and of course my trusty TM6. It's really interesting seeing them side by side. We are going to do some cooking, so I'm going to make some cheese and Vegemite scrolls this morning in the TM7. So I'm really excited to show you how it works. The guided cooking is so intuitive. It's very, very cool. I'm the only one in the family who hasn't yet cooked with this one. We got home. My son was so excited. He made a smoothie. My daughter made some cookies. My husband made a coffee this morning. So they've all had a little crack at it except for me. So really excited. But I thought it's interesting seeing them side by side, seeing the difference in the profile. So as you can see, our TM7 is a totally different machine to what we've ever had before. It does have a built-in glider foot, which is really cool. So you can move it around really easily. It's obviously got that extra large screen. So we've got the 10-inch screen versus that. I think it's about 6-inch on the TM6. So some big differences there. Which is really, really cool. And I think seeing them side by side is quite interesting. So you can see our TM7 is a base system. So this is it. It is quite narrow compared to the TM6. Obviously, we don't have any of the backing and the arms. The lid has this magnetic lock, which is very cool. And so it doesn't need these arms anymore. And then you've got your motor down here. I love what the future might look like for the TM7 if you're thinking about the fact it's not just a bowl that would fit on it. Really intrigued to see what happens there. But that's a little bit of a side-by-side. You know, the trusty TM6 is a great tried and tested machine, but it's very exciting to learn more about the TM7 and what it is going to look like. This is a very future-focused machine, which is really exciting. AI compatibility, which we're hoping we will see in the future, in the next few months. And obviously the ability to add new cooking modes as our TM6 had as well. So just a reminder that our TM6 is available just for another 10 days. So till the 2nd of June, you can purchase the TM6 with the $1,000 worth of freebies in the run out bundle. And we do have a trade up deal on as well. Our TM7, we are in pre-sales. We do start shipping from the 3rd of June. So Dan has just commented, oh my God, it's here. One of my first TM7 customers, not long till you guys get yours. But yes, mine is here, literally squealing. It's so beautiful. So trusty TM6 you can get. We've got a trade up of an old Thermomix or an old kitchen appliance. Send me a message if you have any questions. And TM7 is in pre-sales, so we can pop through a sale now and we will start shipping from the 3rd of June. So yell out if you have any questions. But I will move my TM6 aside. I'm just going to unplug it because it's in the way. My kitchen is so awkward. I did just get a date for my new kitchen. So lots happening at the moment. 20th of June, I get my new kitchen. So it won't be much longer working in my oddly shaped kitchen. I'm going to have a lot more bench space, which is going to be amazing. So just waiting for my TM6 to shut down. I have noticed the TM7 is definitely faster. So when it comes to like that cookie dough setup, etc., the TM7, oh no, is quicker. I've broken my ring light somehow. There we go. All right, so onto our TM7. We have our Varoma, which is 45% bigger. So it's about 6-point-something litre capacity, which is amazing because I love my Varoma. Butterfly whisk, it's all beautiful and black. Now simmering basket here as well. Anna, one of my lovely consultants in my team, gets hers tomorrow. So exciting. And this giant big new spatula. My recommendation would be for all my TM6, TM5 owners, if you're not upgrading to a 7, totally fine. Treat yourself to a TM7 spatula when they become available in the mix shop because it's divine. It's the same size as the bowl, so you can scrape all the way around at the same time. It's got this great, I don't even know what we call this, but when we flip our bowl upside down, fits on the blades to twist the blades back and forwards when we are trying to get dough off our blades, which is awesome. Dan, no news on accessories yet. I'm thinking once we're in official sales, we should find out more about the cutter and stuff when it will be available. So as you can see, big, beautiful screen. My kids thought it was hilarious this morning when they turned it on and it said, have an excellent day, Thermomix chef. Very cool. gliding it around with that glider foot. And now when you do your setup, it will ask you what you want to see on your TM7 screen. So I've chosen to have my planned recipes on here because I find for me, I'm always going into my week. So I love that now when I turn it on, these are the recipes that I'm making today. And then my week is just here to jump into and get them all ready to go. You can choose daily inspiration. So if you're someone who really likes to try new recipes and you're wanting to see new things every time you turn your Thermomix on, you can have that up there as well. And there was a third option, which off the top of my head, I can't remember. So you can have a play around with it, really customizable to you and what you want to do with your Thermomix, which is cool. But we're going to go into our cheese and Vegemite scrolls. This big screen really is just beautiful. So you can still scroll your finger down the screen and see all your ingredients, useful hints and tips, recipe, nutritional value. And then when we hit that start cooking button, not having those arms is really interesting. As somebody who's owned a Thermomix for 12 years, this is my 4th Thermomix model, which feels wild. I had a 31, a 5, a 6, and now I've got a 7. It feels crazy to not have the locking arms. Something that is really cool, when you're cooking up to speed 2, you can take the lid off at any time. The blades will instantly stop. You can see what's happening. You can put it back on and it will continue. You do not need to stop your recipe to open the lid. You don't have to wait. Up to speed 2, you can just be like, yep, looking good, cool, away you go, which is cool. And I said we can actually see the screen while watching, which is really interesting. Yesterday when I was doing my training, we were talking about the fact, about some changes that we're making to our demos, and we were a bit worried about the screen, but we found it so interesting that like I'm standing over here and I can still read that screen. You can see that TM7 screen from any angle, which is very, very cool. Makes my life easier when I'm cooking upside down for you guys as well. So we've got our scales. What's really cool, this little thing had a name I learned yesterday. Now I can't remember, but this guy here is going to mimic what's going on in your TM7. So as you're putting ingredients in, you're going to see your bowl on your screen filling up at the same height as your TM7 bowl is filling. And then when you pop your lid on, it will show you that you put your lid on. It might not, because I'm not meant to be, no, I didn't put my lid on properly. There we go. There we go. So our little picture down there, our little copycat, our mirror is mirroring what we're doing and is showing that we have put our lid on. So scales over here. So using our guided cooking, it's asking us to pop 200 grams of 3 cheese mix. So we're doing the cheese and Vegemite scrolls on Cookie Do. So when it asks for 3 cheese, I just do standard tasty cheese in this. I'm just a 1 cheese gal. Watching those scales, I've got 204 grams. And then you will notice that it's told me that, yeah, I've done it. And it's going to tick itself off and it dings. Yep, you've done that, which is very cool. So there's no way that you can miss an ingredient. Now, we all know that grating cheese in our Thermomix can be a little bit loud. We're flicking a hard food around at a high speed. We can get a little bit of noise. Something that's really exciting about the TM7 is we have this insulated bowl, so it is quieter. Plus, it does have a silent motor. So it is virtually silent up to speed 2. And then with all of our higher speeds, it is much quieter. Andrew just asked, does the lid have a measuring cup still? That is a great question. It does not. So our TM7, you actually can't see through the lid. It does still have like your vent holes, and you can still do your emulsifying and things like that, but it actually doesn't have a measuring cup. You have this little lid cap which sits on, so you won't need to put your simmering basket on the lid anymore. So just a little bit more clever, a little bit smarter, not more clever, which is really interesting. So let's try it out. We're going 5 seconds on speed 8. You can skip the step if you want to, but I can just hit the play button. Now, I'm not sure how much sound you guys can hear via Instagram, but grating cheese can be very, very loud. It still had sound. It was still loud. It was not silent in any way, but that was definitely much quieter than what it is in our other Thermomixes, thanks to this insulated bowl. So transfer into a bowl and set aside. So there is our beautiful grated cheese. Dan said the black insulated part of the bowl doesn't go in the dishwasher. It actually can go in the dishwasher. It is still dishwasher safe. Our BDMs have had theirs for a week and they all said they have tested it out and have put it in there, no worries at all. But we came to the conclusion that it's not really something that would need to go through the dishwasher because that outer casing of your bowl isn't really going to get dirty. So if you want to put it through the dishwasher, you can. It is going to take up quite a lot of space. So for us in our house, we've kind of decided that that would just be a hand rinse, and then the inner of the bowl is going to go in the dishwasher. To give you a quick look, you've got this little lever here, which you're going to flick, and that's going to release your blades. So easy. You don't need to twist the bottom off. And then the inner bowl is going to come out, and your handle is on the outer here. So you can see that is pretty large. Going to take up a fair bit of your dishwasher, and probably really isn't going to get dirty. This is going to go into your dishwasher. Then when we're putting our blades back in, we're lining them up, and then we're just flicking this one across. So with our older models, I always teach my customers, tip your bowl upside down, hold your blade, screw your base on, which is fine, but that little lever is just making life much easier again. So we've got our grated cheese. Rhiannon can't wait to get hers tomorrow. All of my consultants are getting theirs tomorrow, which is so exciting. And if you do want a free TM7, shoot us a message. I can chat to you about how you can earn yours with no outlay. Whether you've got a Thermomix or not, that doesn't matter. You will get your TM7 straight away. We'll give you all the training that you need, and then you get out there 6 sales and you've paid off your cost of your Thermomix. Or if you do 2, 3, 4 sales, you'll get a crazy reduced Thermomix as well. So transfer into a bowl and set aside, which I've done. And then we're going to go in with some water. Sorry, I forgot to prep my water. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Getting some water. So going in with 300 grams of water. I can't quite see my scales from this angle. I love that they are bigger though. There we go, 300. And it's going to do its little ding. Yep, it's happy with the amount that I've put in there. I love that little sound. Ding. Done it. All right. Teaspoon of dried yeast. 2 teaspoons of dried yeast. Yep, 2 teaspoons. There we go. About so. It's probably not going to know that I've done that one. Yeast is so light, so you can tick it off if it doesn't register it. And then we're going in with 20 grams of olive oil. Oh, bang on. Nothing more exciting than when you get it bang on. Olive oil. Teaspoon of sea salt I'm going to pop in afterwards because salt can kill your yeast. You don't want to put it right on top. I never know why this recipe asks to do that. So I'll do my flour and then my yeast. Pop our lid on. We've got warming, 2 minutes, 37 degrees, speed 1, and we just hit that play button. And guys, it's on, and I literally cannot hear it. Like, I can't hear it. I can hear this tiny little, it's like I don't even know what you'd call it, like a hum in the very far background. It is so quiet. I think a downfall to this is I'm always going to think that it's not on. I'm going to be like, oh, I didn't hit play, but I did hit play and it is on. That is so crazy. I woke up this morning with a message from my husband. He makes a coffee in the thermo every morning. If you need his cappuccino recipe, I can send it to you, or I think you will find it in my bio, in my link in my bio. I woke up with a message from him. He's a tradie. He leaves early, and he said, oh my God, the TM7 is so quiet. So he made his coffee, and he doesn't normally blend the coffee to get the foam in the mornings because we're all still asleep. Very lovely of him. He doesn't want to wake anybody up. So he was able to blend it on speed 8 this morning and not wake anybody up, which is very cool. And I said, we're definitely going to need to keep the ding sound on. Definitely. Because he literally cannot hear it. I'm really excited to see the knead mode, which is why I picked this recipe to show you guys. I'm really intrigued to see how the knead mode goes with the sound. And Rhiannon said, wow, that's amazing. It really is crazy. For anybody that's owned a Thermomix before, you would know, it does make sound. It is an incredible machine. It's very powerful. But even on something like this, you would hear that motor humming along. So this is really crazy how quiet it is. I'll get my microphone nice and close. How fun is the new sound? So you can touch anywhere on the screen to stop the sound. Anywhere on the screen to stop the sound. And you can hit that next, or you can hit that next button. Oh, Taking my lid off, and then we're going to go in with 500 grams of baker's flour. Now I've got my big 25 kilo Costco bag down here, if you wonder what I'm doing. And what are we at? 380. Oh, I've gone a little bit over, but that's okay. Just 20 grams over, which is fine. So it is counting down, letting me know that I've done it. And looking again. How the fingerprints on the screen. So when I was having a play with it yesterday, I did notice that there were some fingerprints on the screen, a little bit like an iPad, but I just gave it a wipe with a dry tea towel and they were fine. But you can use dirty hands on this. So at our training yesterday, one of our trainers said she was asked to go to Germany to be part of the, like the trial team. And she said they were talking about the screen. She smeared a butter stick on it and was still able to go through and do the recipe perfectly. So if your screen gets dirty, if your hands are dirty, if it gets wet, it's fine. It will continue to work. Unlike the TM6 screen or unlike your iPhone, etc. So going in with some bread improver. I just buy the Wallabies one from Woolies in the flour aisle. They don't know that I've done that because that's nice and light. And then I needed to add my teaspoon of salt, which I skipped before. We're going to put our lid on. And again, combining 5 seconds, make 5. Oh my God. It's just crazy how quiet it is. I love this sound. Hit that next button. So it does still, the lid still does lock on and then unlocks itself for you. I am finding that it's definitely quicker when it unlocks. You do have that little bit of a lag with the TM6 and the 5, so just a little bit faster there. And then we're just going to need for 1 minute to hit that play button. Oh my God. Guys, it's so quiet. I'm honestly gobsmacked. And you may notice that if you've got an older model Thermomix, it does kind of that dance. The base is slightly heavier, which means we don't get as much movement. My base isn't moving around my bench, which can happen sometimes with the older models. You're seeing that shake a little bit, but it's really not moving far at all. Which is crazy. Getting a little bit of movement there, but not much. That was so quiet. Wow. And beautiful. Absolutely perfect dough ready to go. Now, I can just slide that away. So our recipe, and look at that, like on that angle, you can still see that screen, which is really cool. For me, who does a lot of live cooking, I really love that. So I've got my Thermomix mat. If you don't have a Thermomix mat, you can purchase them from the mix shop. So tip your bowl upside down, using your little hook on the bottom, twist your blades back and forward to release that dough. There we go. Now we still have quite a bit stuck to our blade, so we're going to use our turbo function to flick that off. Just sliding it back over. So I can go here. Now, I'm still learning, so you guys need to bear with me because everything is in a different spot to what I'm used to. So how can I get out of my recipe and get back to my main screen? Here we go. So you swipe down and you click the scales picture, which is going to take us back into all of our different modes. So as I said, I'm brand new to the TM7. This is the first time, the first time I've ever really cooked with it. I did a little bit of training yesterday. So you guys are learning along with me. So you just got to bear with me. So we're going to click on our turbo mode. And we've got 1 second on turbo. Our lid locks. We're going to get out. Unlocks. Oh, that's just an alarm reminding me to call somebody. So you can see with our different modes here, we do have some extras. Oh, now my vacuum's starting. You've got your open cooking. So on your TM7, you can do some open lid cooking, which is cool. Great for like pastas and things, or if you're a real chefy chef and you like to do that kind of stirring. Flicked all that off the blades. you like to do a bit of stirring, you can do that with that open lid cooking, which is very, very wild. We will do some of that next week live to show you guys. Give your dough a little bit of a roll into your Thermomix mat, and we're going to leave that to prove for the next kind of 30 to 60 minutes until it doubles in size. So always waiting for it to double in size with our doughs. Really important to go by sight, not by time. So into our Thermomix mat, and then I'll post some photos once I've done some rolling, proofing, and into the oven. So just a little bit about the modes on here. So we've got all of our TM6 modes, but what's cool is your browning mode is now available on the screen. So your high heat mode wasn't available on the screen of the TM6. It is only in guided cooking, which is fine. There's lots of great guided cooking recipes for basics and things, but a bit of fun is that we can get into it now on our home screen. We've got all of our standard modes. You've got your manual mode here. So you will notice that there isn't home screen with our time, temperature, and speed. We go into our modes, and this is our manual mode. The other biggest change is that there's no dial. So we no longer have that tactical dial, which means we are scrolling just like you do on your iPhone. So it comes really naturally to us to scroll like that. And you can see that's what we have here. Or you've got some preset ones here, like 1, 5, 10, or 30 minutes. So that's your manual mode as it was before, just a little bit different. Then we've got our self-clean still. So when you go into your self-clean, you've got your different modes. I really like this because it's got those big, beautiful pictures as well. So quick, universal, dough, browning, fat, and caramel, letting you know what kind of things you've been doing. Browning, as I said, dough's still there. So steaming. So steaming has never been a mode before. It was just setting your time, putting a temperature on Varoma, because our Varoma is our steam attachment. So Varoma means to steam in French, rough translation. So we now have a steaming mode. So instead of going home screen, setting your time, your temperature to Varoma, and your speed, you've got it here ready to go. You've got your open lid cooking, which I just mentioned. So your open lid cooking, we'll do up to speed 2. No, sorry, it won't. The blades don't move in your open lid cooking. So you would be doing a little bit of stirring with your open lid cooking. So if you're somebody who really likes to be in the kitchen hands-on, that open lid cooking might be for you. I can't imagine we'll be a big open lid cooking family because we like that the Thermomix kind of does it for us. That's just our personal preference. It is a bit of fun though, so I'll definitely be trying it out. Got our kettle, our warm-up, our rice cooker, just like our TM6, thicken, slow cook, fermentation, sous vide, peeler, grater, slicer, and spiralizer. Now the TM6 cutter will not fit on the TM7 because the TM7 doesn't have the arms like the TM6 does. So it is different. So it will not fit on there. There will be a cutter coming shortly. Hopefully we will know more soon. So that's kind of when you're on your manual modes, and then you can hit your little blades and that will just take you back to your recipe. No, I'm in the modes. That will not take you back to the recipes. You hit the home button and that will take you back to your recipe. As I said, I'm learning with you guys here. So then I hit the little 9 out of 19 and that takes me back to the step I was at. So transfer dough onto a bread mat or a floured work surface, pop into a bowl, wrap in silicone bread mat or place in a ceramic bowl or glass bowl with a kitchen towel covering. Leave to prove in a warm place till doubles in size, approximately 30 minutes. As I said, that's going to vary on the temperature in your house. Then preheat oven to 200 degrees, line a baking tray. Look at this beautiful video on that big screen. So we've got our videos, which you can get on your TM6 as well, but bigger, clearer. And this one is showing us how to roll this one out to the size and shape that we want. Look at that. It's very cool. Eamon said kids will love that big screen. My kids are very excited by the TM7, very excited. They were stoked to get home yesterday and see it on our bench. Spread 1 to 2 tablespoons of warmed Vegemite over dough. Warming your Vegemite is the biggest trick there. When it's cold, it can kind of rip holes in your dough, so you want to do it when it's cold. And spread and then cut into 12 slices. Place onto a prepared tray. Cover and leave to prove for another 20 to 30 minutes. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes or until lightly golden. Serve warm or allow to cool completely and store in an airtight container. And that's letting us know that we have finished. So that is my first cook in my brand new TM7, and I am so excited. Thank you so much for watching along. As I said, TM6 is still an incredible Thermomix. I have loved my TM6 every day over the last 6 years, and I feel a little bit sad that soon I won't have her anymore. I will still have one TM6 on my bench for a while until I get a second TM7, so I will still get to use her, but this TM7 is pretty special. If you would like any more info on purchasing a TM7, please let me know. We have started pre-sales. They are $2,649. And we do start shipping in just 2 weeks' time, less than 2 weeks' time, a week and a half, actually, 3rd of June. Week and a half's time they will start shipping. And our TM6 will only be around for another 10 days, then she will be gone forever. So we currently have the TM6 with $1,000 worth of freebies and a chance to trade up an old kitchen appliance or an old Thermomix to get one reduced. And of course, you can earn a TM7 if you come and join my team. So shoot me a message if you have any questions. Let me know what you want to see me make in the TM7. Drop it into the comments below or send me a message and I will add some things to my meal plan and come back with a couple more lives over the next few days. I am training consultants this afternoon and all day tomorrow with the new TM7. So I won't be home, but I will be back cooking Sunday and during the week. So yell out if there's something that you want to see or if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday. I'll see you all soon.